Their piety was a performance, and the temple had become their stage. When the crowds went home, their faith vanished with them. Faith is not a one-time decision, but a daily habit. Meditation on Luke 20:45, 2:14. Jesus was standing in the temple courts right in the middle of the noise, the movement, the worship. Yet his eyes were not fixed on the grand architecture or the impressive rituals. He was watching the hearts of the people passing by. Then he quietly said to his disciples, "Beware of the scribes." These religious leaders loved walking around in long flowing robes, enjoying greetings in the marketplace, and claiming the best seats in the synagogue. Outwardly, they looked devout, but inside their hearts were hungry for honor and recognition. Their prayers were long, but the end of those prayers was aimed more at the admiration of people than at the heart of God. Their piety was a performance, and the temple had become their stage. When the crowds went home, their faith vanished with them. Jesus saw right through the facade. They devour widows' houses and then make long prayers for show. Their judgment will be severe. This was not just a critique of ancient religious corruption. It is a mirror held up to every generation. Whenever we crave affirmation more than God's approval, whenever we use God's name to elevate ourselves, the shadow of the scribe lingers in us as well. Immediately after this warning, Jesus shifted his gaze. Near the offering box, a widow approached quietly and dropped in 2 small copper coins. To most people, it was insignificant, but to Jesus, it was the sound of a whole life being offered. He said, "This poor widow has given more than all the others. They gave out of their surplus, but she, out of her poverty, put in everything she had to live on." These 2 scenes are intentionally placed side by side. The scribe's theatrics and the widow's quiet devotion. A faith performed for people versus a faith surrendered to God. One group ignored Jesus' command, "Beware," while the widow lived it out with her entire being. She gave not only what she had, she gave who she was. The word Jesus used, prosecute, watch yourselves, is a present tense command. It means keep watching, keep examining your heart. Every day, hypocrisy grows like weeds pull it out once, and it returns unless we stay attentive. That's why faith is not a single decision. It is a daily habit, not merely a confession, but a life. That day in the temple, 2 kinds of faith stood side by side. A visible faith and an invisible one. Hands that reached for compliments, and hands that reached toward God. Jesus silenced the applause of the crowd and lifted up the widow's quiet offering. God does not count the amount of our giving. He weighs the heart behind it. And he still asks us today, "How much do you love me?" Tending to the appearance of godliness is easy. Opening our real hearts before God, that is the costly work. And the one who chooses humility and sincerity, that is the disciple who delights the Lord.